Morning everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison and today we're going to be looking over the markets in general, what's happening with Bitcoin, and kind of expected a rally coming from here with a short squeeze, and it's just starting to happen just now, literally within the last 5-10 minutes. So that's happening just now. So I'm going to see if we're live or not, and we're more professional today. I'm kind of more organised today. I wasn't yesterday because I wasn't going to go live, and it's still manic busy just now with kind of business, with the house kind of getting sold, just as mental just now, and with it's just crazy, but I still want to do this every day. So welcome to the show everybody, thanks for being here live, and as ever, crush the likes. If you like these videos in the morning, having coffee with me in the morning, which is quite nice to have coffee with you in the morning. Okay, I'm just going to see if we're live or not. Just make sure we've got a few people in. Oh, we have. I'll just turn the sound down. Okay, I'm just going to go over to the chat area just now. Chris Noble is in the house from Edinburgh. Welcome, Chris. Good to have you here. David Schwartz is in. Longing for a moonshot, but I'll settle for a pile of green coins. Yeah, that would be good. Jean, sunny morning here in Northern Ireland, and BTC got a wee pump. Morning all, happy days, coffee and another great show from Stephen. Cheers Gene, I really appreciate that mate. Joseph McKenny, Davey Stew, one of our brown admins. Crypto Don Juan is here, good to have you here. I know you can't often make it, but it's good when you show up, it's brilliant here. Joseph McKenny, as I said, Rob McGuigan. Is Steve in the house? Yes, I'm in the house. Iris and Sketchy is in, Marcus Jafari, Stephen King, Alex Jugg, Stu Johnson, Kukla is in, Mac Pollen is in as well. So welcome to everybody to the show, really happy to have you here. Okay, so first of all, what we'll do, we'll just go over to the kind of markets and just see what's happening just now. I'm going to CoinMarketCap. Still use CoinMarketCap. I think it's could be using other sites better, but CoinMarketCap is still good. $206 billion market capitalization is at the moment, and Bitcoin dominance is still up 53.4%, and Bitcoin price itself has just shot up to 6,417. I would imagine it's going to go higher than that, and it will be higher probably. So we'll just see what the price is at the moment. 6,387 it is at the moment. So we'll just go back and see who the winners are. Last Ethereum Classic, that's because of the Coinbase announcement. That's kind of been going up, which is good. We expected that to go up, and it's kind of now jumped up. It did go down for a wee while. Ontology is doing well, up 17%. Funfair as well. These kind of coins that we spoke about that are under 100 sats or under 500 Satoshi are starting to now come up with the Bitcoin price going up. Nano is up, Elastos, Lisk, VeChain done 11.56. Populous, Dentcoin, PivX, they're all in the green at the moment. Who's in red? We've probably got about 50% in the red. And Aurora coin, 10x, down again. Holo is down, which is a shame. Bitcoin Gold, Redcoin, NEM, Icon, PundiX is going down again. Just don't know what's going on with PundiX. I think they're coming out with an announcement today with regards to the kind of airdrop. So we'll see what happens with that. Archain, Walton Chain, Tezos, kind of all down at the moment. Okay, so that's the markets at the moment, where we stand just now. We'll just have a look at the Bitcoin price, as I said. So it's just shot up. This is in the last kind of half hour between 8 o'clock when I was getting ready for the show. And I kind of titled it, there might be a short squeeze coming for Bitcoin, and the price might shoot up. And I'm expecting, now obviously do your own research, put your big boy pants on, big girl pants on, and all the rest of that, but I can see us going to $7,000 because of this short squeeze. And I'm going to show you something about the short squeeze. I don't know if you've seen this before. If you go into TradingView, you can see the Bitcoin longs, people who have put a long order in. In other words, they expect it to go up, so they're putting a long order in. That's really what that means. And this is starting to creep up. The number of people going long is starting to creep up. So we were yesterday we went to as low as about 24,659 people going long, but now we're up to 25,615, and it's starting to creep up some more as well. But if we look at the shorts as well, this is a short kind of positions just now. So the short positions are 34,187, and that was as high as 36,475. So what this means, there's more people thinking it's going to go down than people thinking it's going to go up. Now you might think, well, surely you would put a position in to go lower for Bitcoin. You think it's going to go lower. But what is going to happen, I believe, is we've found support around about $6,000, because it's kind of crashed around to about $6,000 and it kind of bounced up from there. It did go down below $6,000, but it bounced up from there. Everybody's expecting it to go down 5,800, 5,000, 4,500, even below that as well. So, but it bounced from the $6,000 level, and I think that caught a lot of people out. And the people that are going short, or people who are in short positions just now, I think what's going to happen is that they're going to get squeezed out. In other words, because the price is rebounding just now, it's on a rebound at the moment, it's on a bounce. So a lot of these short positions are going to get liquidated. And by that, it just means when you go into, if you've got a futures contract, for example, with Bitcoin, if you kind of buy, or you kind of go short, say $6,000, for example, and your liquidation price is maybe 6,200 or 6,300 or 6,400, when it reaches 6,400, the short positions will be closed out. In effect, you're buying back Bitcoin. So once you're liquidated, you're kind of buying it back, or it's closed out, that position has been closed out. So that means there's less shorters and the price is going to go up. So there's going to be a cascading kind of rally for that as the shorts get moved out of the positions or liquidated out of the positions. Now, if we moved up to 6,500, 6,600, which we did yesterday, and kind of going up even further, a lot more shorts are going to go, they're going to get liquidated, which means it's going long, and they have to buy, in effect, they actually buy the contract. So they kind of sell the contract and then they have to buy back to close the position. So that means there's going to be a kind of rally upwards. And that's what I think is happening just now. So just take a look. 6,391 at the moment. I think we may see a rally up to $7,000 over the next few days. I think that is what's going to happen. And we're going to see these shorts being liquidated more and more. And there's an article about that, and I'll kind of show you that later on as well. But it'd be good to know your thoughts as well on this. I don't know if you kind of pay attention to the shorts and the longs. And I've been doing it over the last 4 weeks as I've been kind of researching how to trade on BitMEX and kind of what it all means together. So that's what I've been doing, and this is a really interesting position. Now there's an article here. Right, oh, this is it, yeah. And this is from blocked.com. Bitcoin price short versus long ratio is 2018 high. Huge short squeeze incoming, question mark. So this is my thinking. I found this article to see if anybody was kind of thinking the same thing, and found this. So today the ratio of Bitcoin shorts to longs has hit 1.4, which is the highest ratio so far this year. Last time the ratio breached 1.2, back in April of this year, there was a short squeeze which moved the Bitcoin price up by $1,000 within 1 hour. I don't know if you remember that, but it kind of jumped right up by about $1,000 back in April. And we'll be able to see that here on the daily chart. So back in April, where are we? Yeah, it's down round about here. And you can see that price move. And it kind of moved it up about 20% and went up to $7,911. And that was within a space of an hour nearly. So I believe we're in the kind of same position here. I think that's what's going to be happening here as well. And the article kind of goes on to talk about Alistair Milne, CIO of Atlanta Digital Currency Fund, brought this to the attention of his Twitter followers earlier today. This was August the 14th. The ratio of BTUSD short versus long is at 1.4, so it's kind of exactly the same what we've said there. So a short squeeze arises when the price of an asset with a large number of short positions moves higher quickly. This upward price movement forces the liquidation or closing of some of these short positions, which in turn drives the price higher still. and this creates a cascading effect where the higher the price goes, the more shorts that are squeezed. So when we talk about a short squeeze, it means the price has gone up and these shorts are getting liquidated, and effectively they're kind of buying Bitcoin, and it's going up and up and up and up, and the more it goes up, there's more shorters getting squeezed out. So this is what we're talking about when we talk about a short squeeze. So I believe that's what's happening just now, and I think we could go to $6,800, $7,000 if the price moves up kind of more from here, unless a big kind of whale comes in and shorts it. We know that 18,000 Bitcoin was moved to BitMEX the other day. Whether they're going to go short or long, we just don't know with that. And that was speculation that it was one person, but I don't know if it was one person or not. So that's what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin, and it's starting to happen just now. We've found support again at around about 6,300 as well. I'll just look on a 4-hour chart. So went down, this was, so finding support round about the 6,250 level. Short term, we're finding that support, and it's going up from here, which a lot of people are just not expecting. A lot of people still think it's going to go down. That's why there's a lot of shorters in the market as well. So there could be a big price rally for Bitcoin. And are we seeing the signs of that starting just now? I believe we might be. We might be seeing the signs of that just now. So I'm just going back to chat. DJ Crypto Steve, sounds good to get you into the clubs, man. Excellent. What up, my Crypto Buzz? Irish and Sketchy. Just Kukla, good morning, Steve. Mac Pawn, good morning, everyone. Tim Lund, Tim from California. California, it's what, past midnight? It's 1:45 in the morning over in California just now. Good to have you here, Tim. Atif is in. Rob UK, one of our brilliant admins. Good to have you here, Rob. Tim Moores, word up, peep. Atif plus ETF FOMO will occur again 30th of September. Yeah, the ETF is going to happen. The Bitcoin ETF, everybody's kind of expecting this with the Bitcoin ETF. I don't think it's going to happen around about the end of September. They've delayed the decision till the end of September. I think what's going to happen is they're going to delay it again until maybe, I don't know, November, December time, and then they're going to delay it again. Markets are going to react, obviously. Next year, I think beginning of next year, end of this year, is when we're going to have an ETF, a Bitcoin ETF, and then you're going to see Bitcoin just take off. It's just going to be one huge rally when that takes off. Everybody's just waiting with their finger on the trigger to buy Bitcoin once this ETF announcement comes. And it's going to come. It's just a matter of when it's going to come. But there's going to be a lot of kind of up and down before then as well. But when that ETF comes, it's just going to go ballistic when that ETF comes, because everybody, you can almost feel everybody just kind of with their finger on the trigger waiting to put a buy order in for Bitcoin. Mainframe looks a good buy. MFT and ITC, Internet of Things. Yeah, they do. We're going to be looking at a few coins as well. We'll be looking at the look at the Binance ones in particular. Obviously, we can look at Bittrex and the other ones as well, but Binance is a kind of main one we trade on. Brock, good morning to you. RC is in the house as well. Honest Crypto Journey, good morning to you. Mac Pawn, surprised about the amount of BTC on NPXS, 20 to 55 BT to sell, to buy. So I have a problem to understand the volume. Yeah, it's crazy. It's kind of crazy with Pundx just now, obviously because it's such a low price. Just now, I don't know if it is being manipulated or not with Pundx, but we'll find out over the coming months. I think it's going to stay this way for a bit. So it might go up 1 Satoshi, 2 Satoshi, back 1, 2 Satoshi up, back 1. We'll see what happens. Crypto Dead 345 in Florida. Wow. FLA, is that Florida? Nah, that's not right. Where's FLA again? Because Florida's over on the west coast, so that's not. No, it's on the east coast, sorry, Florida, isn't it? So yeah, 5 hours behind. Kim O'Brien's in the house. Welcome to you, Kim. Good to see you here. And I've been kind of absent the last couple of days because we're getting stuff organised for the house and kind of doing other things with the business as well, and crypto. And because the markets have been going down so much, we've not made a lot of calls. But from today, I think it's going to be a good day to make some calls again. Safer to make calls. So there will be calls coming out from today. I'm going to be looking at the charts again today, and if you're in a premium group, we'll be making calls for some of them as well. So we'll see what happens. Be Inspired is in the house. Gene, did you see Charlie Lee's recent tweet about LTC and Lightning Network? LTC going to get even more speed, near 1 million transactions per second. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. Litecoin is just way down at the moment. So we'll just have a look at some of the big coins at the moment. LTC, and we'll go USD price just now. So $55. $55 for Litecoin. It has been as low as $50 and probably just under that as well. Yeah, $50 was the bottom for that. We'll just look at the daily chart. So it's near a very kind of, the last time it was this low was November 2017. Well, recent, over the last year or so. But obviously it has been as low as kind of $4 or something. So if you bought at $4 for Litecoin, you're doing well still at the moment. But if you consider that it's been as high as $419, so that's Litecoin. We'll just look at NEO. Where's NEO? One of my kind of favourite ones. $16.42. I say one of my favourite ones. It has been for a long time. I've got about 30 NEO. I've only got 30 NEO, and I've just started buying that recently at the kind of low price just now. But it's still one of my favourite kind of projects out there as well, because of the team, just everything that they're doing, and the tech that they've got out as well, just everything. I just love NEO. So starting to accumulate a little bit, but I'm mainly focusing on kind of trading Bitcoin just now, and just want to get as much Bitcoin as possible. I think Bitcoin is going to be the dominant one, and I think a lot of the altcoins are going to kind of disappear over the next year or so as well. But still good trading the altcoins just now, but to get more Bitcoin, that's what we're looking to do. Remember, that's what it's all about. It's to get more Bitcoin. You want to accumulate as much Bitcoin as you can. And who else? Ether. Ether is not doing well at all at the moment. Down to $291. 291. Again, that'll probably be around about September 2017. That was kind of this low, apart from kind of the last few years when it kind of shot up. But it has been as high as $1,600. $1,600, crazy. So prices still look crazy just now, and you've got to ask the question, are they going to go back up to the previous all-time highs? The likes of Ethereum, NEO, Litecoin, or is everybody focused on Bitcoin? So I still think there's a lot of room for these to go up. Will they reach their all-time highs again? I just don't know if they will reach their all-time highs. And I think until there's a little kind of capitulation we kind of talk about in crypto as well, and we spoke briefly about that yesterday, until there's a little capitulation where people just give up on certain tokens and projects, because the market is just so up and down, and it's just, or they've lost too much and they just give up and just say, okay, I'm selling, I'm just going to go into Bitcoin. Until that happens, I don't know what's going to happen with Ethereum. Is there going to be any Ethereum capitulation? I don't know as well. But I still think Ethereum, NEO, Litecoin, Bitcoin obviously as well, and the big kind of tokens are going to go up. Cardano, I still like Cardano as well. Ripple, I think, is going to come up as well. Davey Stewie, thank you very much for the donation there. $2 Australian, $2.99 Australian. Thank you very much for that, Davey. I really appreciate that, buddy. Always surprised when I get a wee donation here. And Despicable Wombat is in the house. Welcome to you, Stephen King. I liked Superman's stance on crypto yesterday. It says the most reassuring thing about the bear market, everybody has been wrong, for one person has been right about everything. Yeah, I've not watched Superman for a while just because I've not had the time. But I used to watch him. I think he's really entertaining, actually. I think he's quite funny, and I like Superman. I like his channel, actually, but I've not seen it for a while. The one I kind of watch just now is Vin Ferretti. If you've not seen Vin Ferretti, he's got brilliant advice for kind of TA, if you're into TA, and he's got brilliant advice on Bitcoin as well, the price of Bitcoin. And he's trading on BitMEX as well. is doing extremely well. So definitely follow Vin Ferretti as well. Check out his channel. I'll put the link below for you. And I've spoken to him a couple of times on Telegram and Twitter as well. He's just a really brilliant guy, very honest, very down to earth as well, but very successful as well. And he's in this kind of same space. We're both kind of entrepreneurs. Crypto's not the only kind of income stream he's got. And same with me, I've got multiple streams of income, and that's what it's all about. So you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket if you're an entrepreneur. You don't want to put all your eggs into the kind of crypto basket. And I've seen that over the last year. If I'd kind of put everything into the kind of crypto basket, then I would be down quite a lot and I'd be feeling kind of hellish. But because there's multiple streams of income coming in for the business, that's where I think you're going to be more successful. And if one goes down, you focus on another to bring it back up. So just now, for example, I used to do coaching for kind of Facebook owners and to bring the page kind of really up and start making the money on the Facebook page. So I didn't do that because I wasn't focused on it. So now I'm starting to focus on that more to bring that income stream back up. And page management services as well. I've got a company to do that as well. So focus on that more to bring the money in, because crypto is down at the moment big time for me. So I can't put all my eggs in that basket as well. Rob UK, my prediction for ETF approval is certain, which is 8th of March 2019. Remind me if I'm wrong. 8th of March, where'd you get the 8th of March, Rob? That'd be interesting, because my thoughts are it's either going to happen at the end of the year, which I don't think it is going to happen, or it's going to happen at the beginning of next year. And we're talking in the first quarter. So it's interesting that you say that as well, Rob. So it'd be interesting to see why you got the 8th of March. Is that a wee download from the universe? Davey Stewie, thanks for keeping. Thanks, mate. I really appreciate that. Joseph McKinney, thank you very much for the $5 donation. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate it. Davey Stewie, me positive about my crypto over the past months. TS Steve. Excellent. And I think hopefully it's starting to turn around a little bit, but what we're seeing just now, and this is why kind of capitulation might happen, whereby we just go, oh, I'm giving up. Because it goes up, Bitcoin goes up 5-10%, and then it comes back down again, and so do the alts come back down. But the alts go down disproportionately to the Bitcoin price. So the alts might go up 20% and fall 50%. It's just kind of crazy. So I think that's where the kind of capitulation might come in, and people just give up on the altcoin market and just focus on BTC, or they just give up with the crypto market altogether. So this ETF that we're talking about needs to happen. This has to happen for kind of the crypto space as a whole. It has to happen. I believe it will happen. I think for me it's 100% going to happen, or 99.9% that is going to happen at some point, because we need it for the crypto space just now. I don't think there's much else that's going to really drive the price up or really kind of move the market forward. This ETF is what is going to do the crypto space and what's going to drive everything forward with regards to kind of institutional investors coming in and the crypto space as a whole. One second. Stephen King, and I've got most predictions wrong. So in essence, sit back, chill, and let Bitcoin and altcoins do they do, because no one has a clue. Yes, no one does have a clue. No one does have a clue. Me thinking this is going to go up to $7,000 over the short term, I don't have a clue. I really don't have a clue. This is just me thinking, and obviously you've got confirmational bias in there as well, whereby you've got an opinion and you look to confirm that. So it's called confirmational bias. So you look to confirm that by looking for evidence to prove your theory. So that's confirmational bias. But somebody else has a confirmational bias to see the Bitcoin price is going down, like Tone Bays, for example. He's got confirmational bias to say the Bitcoin price is going down to $3,000 or something like that. So it's all confirmational bias. So in other words, nobody has a clue. Nobody has not a clue about where the Bitcoin price is going, where the crypto markets are going, where the alts are going. Nobody has a clue. So it's all kind of confirmational bias with the research that we do. I'm more positive about the markets. That's just my bias, and it is a bias. I keep saying that. This is totally my opinion. You have to do your own research, but that is my bias, the positive kind of side of things. But a lot of people on the other side have a negative bias, and they look for confirmations to prove that. They look for evidence, in other words, to prove that, just like a scientist does. And in science, there's confirmational bias as well. Be inspired, MYB versus XBP on Bancor, your opinion, which is the best for the long term? I've not looked at Bancor for a while, to be honest. Be inspired. Cryptomaniac, everyone expected price to move up after CBOE future contracts expiration yesterday. Even CNBC mentioned it. This time they dumped on us. The market is so heavily manipulated, it's unpredictable. It is, but it did go up yesterday. It did go up. We've seen it going up from 6,100, and that's we'll just look at XBT. So yesterday, and that's a daily. I'll just look on the 6 hour. Where was it? On the 14th of August, kind of was down as low as there, 5,000, around 6,000. So it did go up because of that, up to 6,600. So it jumped up 10% with the CBOE futures. So everybody expected that, and it did happen. And then it came right kind of back down to 6,250. Found a support there, surprisingly found a support, and it's going back up again, 6,375. And I think we're going to see a big kind of sharp rise soon over the next week or so with this short squeeze, but my opinion obviously as well. Mac Pollen, you know, Steve, BTC was at 17,000. People say I buy at 13,000. At 13,000 say 10,000. Yeah, everybody's doing that, so we don't know where the bottom is. It's like trying to catch a falling knife. You just don't know where the bottom is. Chris Noble, enjoyed your BitMEX video, Steve. Are you using 7 and 25 EMA to get in and out? I'm going to look into it this week. Yes, that's all I'm using. I don't want to use, obviously, the kind of only thing we're going to be using. So this is the kind of XBT USD. That's the price for kind of BitMEX. That's the price we're using. That's the price we're going on. So all I'm looking at is a 15-minute chart, and looking to get into positions and looking to get out of positions, looking at the 15-minute chart. So yesterday, I'm just going to have a wee look. I think I got in about 6,200 or something before it shot up. 6,000, I can't remember the price, 6,270 up to 6,400. Got out at 6,400 when it shot up. And then back in again is 6,434. That was round about here. It shot up to 6,600. And I managed to get out $6,602 and just stayed out of the market because I walked away. I had 2 good trades, walked away after that. I don't think there's such a position or such a thing as you can overtrade. So when you have a big win like that, and I say a big win, it's a big win for me. It was 0.25 Bitcoin each of those 2 trades, which is a big win for me. Then you can get too cocky and you can get too confident, thinking I know what this is doing, I know what's going to happen. But the best thing to do there is walk away from the trades. Just walk away altogether, clear your head, go out for a walk, and just stay away from the markets. And that's exactly what I've done just now with Bitcoin. Although this morning I looked at it at 6,290, and I thought this is going to go up, this is going to go up, and 6,298 crossed over, and I didn't get in because I was preparing for this show, so I didn't get in at that price. But it just shows that we can use the 15-minute chart using the 725 MA crossover and just get in and out of positions. So when you're going into a position, so you look at the crossover, which is here around about 6,300, you look at the crossover and you might buy there, but you don't necessarily wait it coming down to cross down over the 7 to cross down over the 25 before getting out. You could maybe take from here 6,300 went to, and you could maybe say, okay, if I get $100 from this, that would be a good time to get out. So if you get $100 from it, and if you're 25x, that's $2,500. 25x leverage, that's $2,500, and then you can say, okay, I'm going to get out. And when you see it kind of going down, you look, you wait for the trade coming to you, and then you get back in again. So if this comes down and the 7 MA or EMA crosses down over the 25 EMA, then you might go short. And that's what's good about BitMEX as well. You can go short and you can go long, but it's a harem scarum place is BitMEX. You can see here This is the prices just now on BitMEX. I'm just going to see if we're, yeah, we are. So you can see that this is moving so quickly just now. And even looking at that, you just go, geez, what am I doing here? What's going on here? But if we look at the other kind of ones like Tron and Ripple, for example, and I've got positions in them just now and I'm losing on them at the moment. So Ripple, yesterday I bought at 4,525. It's now at 4,512 for Ripple. So the price is starting to come up. So I'm down overall 6%. This is with 10x. So really, in a normal position, I'd be down 0.4, but because you times that by 10, I'm down 4%, or 2.65 now. Yeah, 2.65, but I'm down with Tron about 42%. So I've got liquidation price on Tron on 284, and we're sitting at 294, 295 at the moment for Tron. So is that going to go back up? I just don't know. So I bought it at 307, round about there, when I thought it was going to go up, but obviously I've been wrong on the Tron, but it might come back up if Bitcoin price goes up. So we need to wait and see kind of what happens there. So really, I'm down kind of 3.5% just now on Tron, which is not a big loss, but because it's 10x leverage, it's down 35%. And you'd kind of go, holy shit, that's a lot, being down 35% or 42% now. But that's the kind of price you pay when you're doing BitMEX and you're doing leverage trading. So on Bitcoin, I usually go 25x. And I say usually, I've only been doing it for the last week or so. But I'll wait on a confirmation to get in. I'm not just going to jump in because it is so risky. So risky. Kukla, VT pumping today, up 33%. Yeah, VT, we spoke about this yesterday. We thought this was going to go up as well. So just have a look at VET just now. VET, we'll look at Bitcoin price. Wow, yeah, that's brilliant. So if you got in a VT, that's such a brilliant price, 127 Satoshis, because we knew it was way too low at that price even. But you could have got in 104, about 100. So if you got in there, you're up 78% if you got out near the top. So that's a brilliant price for VET, and I would imagine that's the highest it is, the highest mover just now. MFT up 21% as well. But again, that was so low as well. And this is what's going to start to happen in the markets as well. Because these tokens, and we spoke about this yesterday, all the tokens under 500 Satoshi, you're going to start to see this more and more. And I think in part it's due to pump and dump groups. In part, but people just jumping on because it's been so low as well. So MFT down at 74. That's even lower than that. It's 66. That's kind of just ridiculous. But again, a lot of people might not get in because they think, well, we didn't think it could go below 100, but it went down to 66. So if it could go down at 44 or something like that, that's why a lot of people don't jump in at those prices. But it is going to happen. Just wait for the market coming to you. So don't think that, okay, at 66, a lot of people might have started buying there thinking it was the bottom. Wait on the trade coming to you until you see, for example, the 7 EMA crossing over the 25 EMA. That's the time to get in. If you'd done that here, you could have gone at 69, got out at 83, back in at 78, out at 85. If you'd done it over the top, and in here is 75. This is the latest crossover, 75 and all the way up to 104. So wait on the trade coming to you. Don't go looking for the trade just because you think it's an all-time low. It's one of the best things I've kind of done when I've been trading as well, because sometimes I'm just ready to jump in thinking this is way too low, and it's not. There's never a way too low. It's only what people are prepared to pay for a project that determines the price. Despicable Wombat, one hopes BABB's equity raising doesn't fall back under 1.5 million. Has it gone back down again? BABB. Yeah, it's still over 1.5 million, so 11,000 over, but it has been steadily coming back. So some people pulling out just now, but it's still over the 1.5 million, so they're funded. They're funded anyway, so that's good. Mike D is in the house. Welcome to you, Mike. Good to have you here, buddy. One of our brilliant admins. Morning, everyone. Am I too late to the party? No, you're not too late at all, Mike. Just been going over kind of Bitcoin price and a bit of BitMEX and stuff. So look at some news as well. This is news from Crypto Daily. Bitcoin downtrend resistance turns into strong support and bullish comeback. So they're talking about obviously the $6,000 mark, which we were talking about earlier on. And a lot of people expect it to go below 6,000 and then 5,800, 5,000 as well, but it kind of bounced from there. So technical indicators on the above chart for BTC USD show that the days of long swings are gone for now. The early wave oscillator on the above chart shows that the intensity of every wave up and down has increased significantly, and the wild swings have now been reduced to small alternating movements in a tight range. So it is ranging Bitcoin as well. So if Bitcoin has not already found a bottom, then it is likely that there could be one final wave down, but the chances of that happening at this stage are insignificant, as most altcoins are back at where they were before the last bull run, having lost more than 90% of their gains. And this last wave of capitulation, to talk about capitulation again, seems to have affected altcoins more than Bitcoin, as the latter has held its ground as the market bled. So this is about the kind of price hopefully going back up again. The 1 hour chart above shows that the price has currently run into the 200 EMA resistance and is not likely to break above it in the near future. And the RSI has been trading in a rising wedge for the last 2 days and has now reached overbought levels. This means that the price is likely to retrace in the next few hours before it can test the 200 EMA again. And this was obviously written yesterday as well, so they're talking over hours instead of days. So I need to wait and see what happens with that. EWI indicator on the above chart also shows that the wave has peaked out and that the price will now have to fall short term before it can rise again. Short term further downside might be likely, but looking at the bigger picture, this correction seems to have come to an end. Bitcoin shorts are close to their all-time high on exchanges like Bitfinex, which we showed you, and the market sentiment is more negative than it has ever been in the last 2 years, and most analysts seem convinced that the price could fall further. No positive developments seem to move the market. All these developments suggest the price has indeed reached rock bottom or is very close to reaching it, and that Bitcoin's best days are ahead of us. And I do agree with that. I do agree with that. I honestly don't think it's going to go down to $5,000 even. People are predicting it's going to go even below that. I just don't think it is. I really don't. And I think 5,800 or 6,000 is hopefully the bottom. But we can never tell. That's just me kind of looking at it, and I'm looking at confirmational bias again, looking at articles like this. This was something as well I kind of noticed as well in this morning. There's now an exchange traded Bitcoin note that American investors can buy. So this was from Reddit, but I don't know, I'd never researched it enough to actually go into it too much and share it with you. I just seen the kind of headline: huge US investors will now be able to buy Bitcoin ETN through their Fidelity accounts. So I'll need to research that more before I kind of talk about it. And I'll post the links for you to read that as well. This is from CCN. If Bitcoin is rat poison, the banks are the rats, Pantera Capital CEO. Pantera Capital officials continue to maintain an upbeat outlook for cryptocurrency amidst the current market downturn. In an ICO and digital asset funds conference call Tuesday, CEO and Chief Investment Officer Dan Moorhead, who we've spoken about before, said blockchains are the next step in the evolution of equity, while cryptocurrency is a superior form of currency. He called Bitcoin the biggest disruption of this generation. Agree with that totally. Moorhead has been a perpetual crypto optimist, having stated that the cryptocurrency market cap could one day be worth $40 trillion. In April, Pantera prematurely said that the market had bottomed out and it was time to go long on Bitcoin. So he's saying again it's a time to buy just now, and there's long-term optimism in there, and institutional investors are going to be coming in, and hedge fund managers and stuff like that are going to be coming in as well. This is, I'm hearing more and more news about Ripple. This is why I took a position out in Ripple as well. More and more good news in Ripple. And this is kind of another kind of one from yesterday. Ripple on China and XRP targeting 1.3 billion people for cross-border payments. So Ripple's VP of EU Strategic Account says the company is now targeting China and its huge population for its suite of cross-border payment solutions. So China is definitely of interest. It's definitely a target. Jeremy Light told CNBC in a new interview, China is definitely a country and region of interest. Although China is a big proponent of blockchain technology, the country banned domestic trading, shut down local cryptocurrency exchanges and banned initial coin offerings late last year. Ripple's focus would unlikely be on advancing the adoption of its cryptocurrency XRP, as Beijing has clamped down on the trading of virtual currencies. So Ripple will need to target banks and financial institutions across China to adopt its tech. So again, it's another piece of good news for Ripple, or Ripple the company. So don't mistake Ripple the company for XRP the token, which is Ripple the token. But I still think it's going to do well for XRP, any news that comes out about Ripple the actual company itself. So that's why I took a position out on it as well. I just see more and more good news coming out about Ripple. Bitcoin price, short versus long ratio. So we've looked at that already. So I'll post these links for you as well. I think that was all the news at the moment. We'll just have a look at BitMEX. 6,388 at the moment. And Tron is still going down, 294, 295. And I'll get liquidated there at 284 liquidation price. So if it goes down, I'll lose kind of almost 0.4 of a Bitcoin, which is not good. So hopefully the Bitcoin price will go up, and with it the Tron price. So it's kind of crossed over 15. The 7 MA has crossed over the 25 MA. So hopefully we go up here, and I'll just get out of Tron actually, because it's got a lot of negative sentiment on it. Although I still think it's good tech and a good company, it's got a lot of negative sentiment just now. Barbara McDonald is in the house. Welcome to you as well. I think that's it for today. I think that's us. We'll just have another look at the markets just now. This is the longs going down again. The shorts are going down as well. So a lot of uncertainty in the market. So who's the kind of biggest gainers on Binance? We've seen VET and MFT. Populous has gone up 16% as well. And again, you can see on here the crossovers on the 15-minute. The 15-minute chart seems to be the one to look at the crossovers. That's where you're going to catch the most kind of rise. So if we looked on the hour chart for Populous, we'd have probably got in about 5463. If we look in the 15-minute chart, we'd have got in at 5355, so we'd have got in earlier for that. But with the 15-minute chart, if you're trading on a 15-minute chart, obviously you're in and out, you're in and out. You could have been in and out 4 to 5 times over the last couple of days. So that's the only problem with the 15-minute chart. But if you catch the rise, then it could be really good. Lisk is up 10%. We could have caught the rise there, but that's a big kind of spike, so we wouldn't have really caught that until about 5047. Could have still had a good 5%. But if we got in here, we could have caught the rise before it actually started rising big time, which is 4264. And we could have still been in around about 5,000, 4,900. That's why I like the 50-minute chart. I've tried trading on the 1 hour chart, but it's just, you just don't catch enough of it. But the problem with making the calls on a 50-minute chart is they're in and out, and they can be up and down very quickly on a 50-minute chart. So the hour one is more confirmation that the price is going up. That's why we kind of make the calls on the hourly chart. It kind of went down there, so you maybe got back in there at 4,318 and still been in Lisk at the moment. Ontology, that's another one that's kind of risen as well. We'll just look at that in the 15-minute chart. So on the 15 minute, there was two kind of areas, kind of went down. So you could have got in on ontology at 1964 and just ridden it up. So I like to say on the 15 minute chart, get in the 15 out of the 1 hour. So where would you have been on the hour? You'd have still been in on the hour. Could have got in 1936 even and still been in it. And just waited on it kind of coming down, crossing back over. Or get in the hour, out in the 15. So I would tend to get in the 15 minute chart and out on the 1 hour chart. Or if it's risen a lot, a great deal. So if we've got in here, could have been a 20% rise, and then you might just take some of your profits there. Magpon, damn, I'm down 60%. There's some nice stream. Honest Crypto Journey, Bitcoin is so cheap, could take 8 to 10 years, but feel eventually we'll have a $1 million Bitcoin. So enjoy these low prices and try and get your hands on one for the long term. Even one, I do believe, and this is where dollar cost averaging comes in as well. You want to get your Bitcoin. We know the ETF is going to come. We know that's going to come. Now, I understand about the alts and things. I'm big time into BABB, you know that as well. And I really think a lot of these projects are going to work, but a lot of the projects are going to go away. So that's why you really want to get as much as possible in Bitcoin. Just now we've done, kind of traded the alts over the last year or so. Should have got out of the alts a long time ago, to be honest, and just kept in Bitcoin, and we could have been trading the alts just now, actually trading instead of hodling. That would be kind of what I would do just now. So I'm trying to save up as much Bitcoin as possible, put it to the side, put it on your kind of cold storage wallet, and just leave it there. Don't be tempted. So if I can get, I'd love to get on BitMEX, maybe another 3 or 4 Bitcoin to trade on it, but I know that might not happen. You could lose big time on BitMEX, but that's ultimately what I'm trying to do. Crypto Don Juan, clap clap. Can you do a class on BitMEX? I need to learn. We've done a video yesterday for the premium members on BitMEX. It wasn't a class as such. I was just kind of going over BitMEX, but it's just I've only kind of traded. I don't know the ins and outs too much about BitMEX as well, because obviously there's a lot more to it than just kind of buying and selling. But for beginners, I thought it was okay yesterday. The premium kind of group got that yesterday. So if you want to join us in the premium group, you can do as well. If you've not seen that yet, you can check in the announcement channel for the premium group as well. ZenY Monk, think that is. Honest Crypto Journey, great live as always. Thanks, Steve. Crush the likes, everyone. Yeah, crush the likes if you like these videos. I'm going to finish up just now. I think that's it for today, unless you've got any quick questions. That's it for today. And if you're in the premium group, we will be kind of looking at the calls today as well. It looks, we'll just go back to kind of Bitcoin price and see what's happening there just now. Yeah, it's holding 6411. It's jumping, so it could be going up. As I said, I was kind of looking at channels there earlier on. And if you look at this on the 4 hour or even the 1 hour chart, 6411. Go back to the 15-minute chart. I don't know what it is about the 15-minute chart. It just gives you more a better indication for price movement. So this was the price I was going to get in it, because I seen the 15-minute crossing over around about 6,298, and I didn't actually get in because I was preparing for the show. But there's always opportunities, so don't think you've missed it. I wouldn't get in here. I wouldn't go long here just now, although it looks as if it is going to climb from here. And as I said, I think we're going to be hitting $7,000 in the next week or two. And the shorts are still at 34,000, and the longs 25,708, but steadily climbing up, although it's coming down a wee bit. So we need to keep an eye on that. Crypto on one, thanks Stephen. Despicable Wombat, see ya. Mike D, what's your thoughts on IOTAS? price, Steve? Just have a look at that. So 46 cents at the moment, has been as high as $5.23. Market capitalization of 1.2 billion. I don't know if they've changed their website yet. I've not looked at IOTA for a while. I wouldn't really be able to say, to be honest, Mike. I'm just going to look at the charts. This is going to jump up, Bitcoin. If we're trading it, if we're looking to trade it, and just based on a 15-minute chart, a good price would have been 7157. So you're not too late to get in there. And we'll just look at on the daily chart as well, just to get a bigger picture. So we'll look on the daily chart to get a bigger picture. So it's near 4465. So the last time it was this low was November 2017 as well. So it could be good for trading. So the daily, so we'll go back from the daily 6-hour chart. It's not in play yet. 4-hour chart, it's looking good. Also looking on the Renko chart, and look at the 1 hour on the Renko as well. Just coming into play again on the 15-minute on the Renko. So it could be a good one for trading just now, and going up. Is up to 3.33% at the moment. So it could be a good one for trading. And that confirms that as well. You're looking at the Heikin Ashi chart on the 15-minute. So it's kind of low at the moment. The price is low at the moment, Mike. But so it looks good for trading, but it's crossed over about 150, 100 and odd Satoshi ago. But it doesn't mean to say it's not going to go higher. If we look at the previous ones, kind of previous spikes for IOTA, when it crossed over 7,000, went up to 7,800. It crossed over here, it didn't go up that much, to 7.6. So there's lower lows as well. If we kind of draw a line here, and I just see the kind of trend line. So it's lower highs you're getting from here. So what I would do is maybe wait on it breaking out past 7,305, and if it breaks out of that, that's a kind of trend line there. I would maybe get into it. I don't know if that helps. I don't know if that helps or not, Mike. Remember, guys and ladies, if you trade on BitMEX, to get 1 box of Pampers nappies ready just in case. Definitely. If you're trading on BitMEX, I would put your trade in and kind of walk away as well, because it's not good to sit and watch it. It's just a scary kind of thing to do, sit and watch your kind of trades. And I'm glad I don't do that. Still down 42%, 52%, no, 42%. It's more than that actually, it's about 50%. 52% on Tron. Ripple starting to come back up again. So it's just going to hit my kind of buy-in price on Ripple. But if you kind of looked at this, you'd just be going, oh my god. Especially Bitcoin, when it kind of moves so quickly. You can see all the trades moving quickly here. And this chat area, the troll box call, it's funny to look at. But it just is not good to pay attention to at all. This is a buy and selling area as well. And this is a good time to look at, if you're just looking at it to get in, say 6388, you can see when this kind of moves up high, you can see it's moving all the time. When it moves up high, you say, okay, that's a good time to get in, maybe for a buy-in price. But then when the kind of sales come in as well, you can see that happening just now. And it's going back down again. So it can be a scary place, but it's not necessarily that complicated. All we're looking at is the kind of limit in the market prices. You can do stock markets as well, and clicking on buy for that as well. So the buys, this is going to go up higher in the next couple of seconds. Because the buys here you can see outweighs, and you can see here there's a big buy order in for about 3 million contracts, and there's hardly any sellers. So this is going to go up to about 6,400 probably in the next couple of minutes. And got that big huge buy order. It's not a big huge one, but they're taking away again, so it might be 6391. Another big buy order for 1.2 million, but you can see the sell orders are not that much, so this is going to go up to 6,400 again. And remember, you've got fees to pay as well, and you've got fees to pay on your long position. So if you wouldn't just have a percentage to pay on, say you're going $6,000 on Bitcoin, you're just buying one Bitcoin, for example, 6,000 contracts, it's all in one USD. If you're buying 6,000 contracts, you don't just pay it on that, you pay it on your long position. So if I'm going 25x for that, I pay a percentage on, say, $100,000 or $150,000. That's how it would work with that as well. But they don't actually give you the fees. Well, they do give you the fees and the percentages. You have to kind of look into it. So you have to remember that as well. So if you're up, say, 5% or something, and then you want to get out, you'll probably find that you've not made anything because you're paying the fees on the kind of long position. And this is going up. Okay, there's a big sell order here for 1.2, 1.5 million as well. So that's just come in. You can see these buy walls. So scary place, but exciting as well. Thanks, Steve. Thinking of going long on it. Oh, thanks, Mike. Thanks, I mean, just I hope I helped you. Rob UK, what about if you put on BitMEX 2 bets, 1 short with 0.1, 10x leverage and 1 long, 0.1 BTC, same would be better of at least 1. You could do that as well. You could definitely do that as well. So you're getting more of your, so it's different, you're putting different contracts up, contract prices up. So you're getting more lower liquidation price. So, and I'll show you what I mean by that, what Rob's talking about as well. If you're interested, I don't know if you're interested, but we'll go 100x on this just now, see if it lets us do it. And we'll click on a buy market, say buy at 6388. So if we're 100x in and we buy 90,000 contracts at that price, at 6388 on market price, so just go into the market and get the best price for you. Your liquidation price would be 6357. 6357. So if it goes down to 6357, you've lost everything. You've lost everything there. But if we go 10x, we go 10x on that, same one, and we just go 10x instead of 100x. Obviously, you're not going to make as much money. But you'll be able to go 10x, really trading 14 Bitcoin, but your liquidation price is 5,838. So you could open up one of these and then open up another one. So this is what Rob's talking about. So your liquidation price is much lower. So you can stay in the market and you can just walk away and do your own thing. Whereas if you're kind of 100x leverage, it's totally different. You have to watch the markets very, very closely if you're 100x in it. So yeah, you can do that as well, Rob. You can definitely do that, if that's what you meant. Okay, I'm going to leave it there just now. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, namaste. Take care, and thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. And thanks to Joseph McKenney and Davey Stew as well for your donations. Really appreciate that as well. And I will see you next time. Till then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.